Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Naki. Um, Today we are going to continue on our working with file permissions tutorial. In the other video, we look at how we can assign permissions using the numbers. Today we are going to continue with that. If a file belongs to a user, let's say Naki, I can change it so that the file belongs to a user called Cake. Looking at this file that we created in the first video, you can see that it's a file represented by a dash. The user have read and write permission. The group have read and execute permission. Then other users have only execute permission. The name of the user is Naki. Then the group it belongs to is the sudo group. The size of the file too is here. Then the last date of modification and time also is here. Then the file name. We are going to look at how we can change the name of the user. We want the owner to be root. So the root owner will own this file, my name.sh. Now the file belongs to the user Naki, but we're going to make the file, we are going to switch owner to root. So let's do that one. To do that, we run the change owner. Then the new owner we want to assign to the file, or we want the file to belongs to. So it's root. Then we bring our file name. Okay, that's it. It work. Okay, so ls dash l. Yeah. Now the owner of the file is root. The root user is the owner of the file, not Naki. Okay, what if you want to change the group this file belongs to? Now it belongs to the sudo group. We want it to belongs to a group that's called Naki. We can check it by using the cat etc groups. Yeah, we have a group here called Naki. We have a group here called Cake. We have different groups. We have a group for users. We have a group called games. We have the system have default groups. This is the one that the file is using, the sudo group. We also have the root group. So the groups are many. We can create our own group using the group add command, or we can use the system default. We have ADM here and other ones. So let's say we want to assign the file to the group called Naki. So now it belongs to the sudo group. So to change that, we use the ch group, change group, then the name of the group. Yeah, now this file belongs to the group called Naki. Someone will say, why is it necessary to change the owner of a group, or the group a file belongs to? Why is this necessary? This is necessary because the highest of all the group is the root. They have permission over all other files. They have all the permissions to delete, to execute. They can do anything with the file. So if a user belongs to this group, they are automatically an admin, as we call it in Windows. You can perform anything. That's why it's necessary to know how to change groups. Giving a user or a file access to a specific group will make the file access limit. It will limit the kind of access the file have on the operating system. So with this group called it doesn't have full permission over the operating system, but when we give it the root group to have permission to make changes, do everything to the operating system. So this is necessary when we come to the enterprise environment, so that let's say the group an administrator belongs to will be different from the group a normal customer who belongs to. So it's necessary we know how to change groups and how to assign permissions to them. So if you haven't watched the previous video on permissions, you need to go and watch it. The link is in the description below, so kindly go and watch it. So this is how we can change the group and owner of a specific file. Now let me show you a new way you can assign permissions to a file. This file read write permission for the owner, then read and execute permission for the group, then only execution permission for other users. We have other way of changing this, that's using the same chmod. Here we use the OGU UGO, user group, then other users. So right now we can see that the user have read write permission but doesn't have execute permission. So we give the user an executable permission so that the user can run this file. And now when we try to run the file, let's see what will happen. So let's switch to other user and see. Okay, so there is it, my name.sh. Other users like this Naki that we are in have only executable permission. So let's try cutting, view the content of it. Cut my name. We don't have permission to write. Let's try changing the file permissions from here and see if it will work. So change mode. Other users have only execute permission, so let's add write permission. Then the name of the file. Changing permission of my name, that operation not permitted because we are not the owner of the file. You can see we can't change permissions here. Let's try using the sudo command and see. So here when you type the password for your account to not work, not working, it's because we don't have permission or we are not the owner of the file, so we can't change the permission. Let me exit that and switch back to root. Can continue playing with files, create files, assign different permissions. Let's change the permissions from here. Let's give user Naki the ownership of this file. So change owner Naki, then the file name. Yeah, so this file now belongs to the user. Okay, let's go and change the execution permission from there and see. You can see that now it works because he is the owner of the file, so he can perform anything on it. Let me switch back. Let me change the permissions of the file using the numbers. Okay, so we can see that here it works. Why? Root is not the owner of the file. Why did it work? Because the root have all permissions over the files. He is the administrator, so he can perform anything on the OS. So we need to note that one too. Although he is not the owner of the file, or he doesn't belong to the group key, but he or she can still perform changes. Because that's how everything works. Okay, so thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit on the notification bell. Thank you. Bye bye.